So, good afternoon, everyone. So, I hope, uh, uh, only this much many people will come, and we can start. Okay, we'll start. So, let them join. Okay, no issues. So, let me introduce myself. I am. Huh? आ रहा है ना? काफी है. Swamiji, can I sit and speak? Okay, thank you. So myself, Dr. Gopal Krishna. So I am from Bangalore. So currently I am working as Deputy Secretary in Finance Department, Government of Karnataka. I belong to 2018 batch of IAS. So before I start telling things on UPSC, let me tell you my journey so that you will be able to relate. So I come from a very humble background. So my father used to work in KMF, Group D employee, and then my mother, she was a homemaker. I have a brother, and then I did my schooling from GK Convent, a small school in Basveshwar Nagar, and then I did my PUC in MES PU College, Malleshwaram, and then I did my medicine from Bangalore Medical College. So after that, so I was doing my compulsory rural service. So around third year of MBBS, I decided that I should write UPSC. So and then um, so while doing rural service, I thought I have to go to Delhi and then start preparing for my exams. Went to Delhi, stayed there for 10 months, and again once I came back after giving the first attempt, I started working as a medical officer in Kolar. There is a taluka called Srinivaspura. So I started working there for 6 months. But again, then I realized that I was traveling almost 3 hours a day. Thought that though I'm able to prepare, but I felt that the competition is cutthroat and probably I should cut down my traveling and prepare from Bangalore itself. So I thought I'll join and practice in Bangalore and prepare. So I joined as a tutor in ESI Medical College in forensic medicine. I was there for 16 months. All the while, I was giving my attempts. I was giving my attempts. Uh, First attempt, I could not clear mains, and then second attempt. So I went till the interview. I lost the final cut by 4 marks. Namaste, Swamiji. And then third attempt, I cleared, but my rank was 787. So I got into Indian Audit and Account Services. So people have a notion that UPSC means only IAS, IPS. No, there are 22 different services. Ah, yes, definitely, definitely.
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम् स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयोः श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरहे सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे. This is to introduce our Dr. Gopal Krishna, IAS officer, is the Deputy Commissioner, Deputy Secretary to the Finance Department. All these budget preparations, etc., you might have seen that it is his department. He is working under Ritesh Kumar Singh ji, is the additional Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka. On our request, Revered Sri Ritesh Singh ji has sent Dr. Gopal Krishna. I am thankful to Ritesh Kumar Singh ji as well as Dr. Gopal Krishna for coming over here. On behalf of the ashrama and all of you, I heartily welcome him for this program. You see that Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission is rendering service in various fields apart from the spiritual field. We do maintain temples, do worship in the temple, do japa, dhyana, all those things for our personal emancipation. Swamiji has given, Swami Vivekananda has given the motto, Atmano Mokshartam Jagaditaya. Atmano Mokshartam Jagaditaya Cha. Serving for the emancipation of one's own liberation and do something for the welfare of the society. This is what Swami Vivekananda has given the clarion call to the monks of the Ramakrishna order. It applies to all of you. Along with striving for our own development, we should do render service to the society. With that motto, we are conducting various activities like in our dispensary, through our dispensary, conducting various consultations, doctors, they come, particularly the eye department. Every month, almost 40 to 50 operations we get it done for poor people. That too, just a matter of 2,000 or 2,500 rupees, we get cataract operations. Those who cannot afford that one also, we do it free of charge. This is a medical field. Like that, education, we have been giving scholarships to so many people, and notebooks and notebooks and stationaries for thousands of students across the different districts of Karnataka. Like that, and we are doing and we are conducting Vivekananda Balaka Sangha, Sharda Balika Sangha, Vivekananda Yuvaka Sangha, as well as Sharda Satsanga Kendra, Ramakrishna Satsanga Kendra, like that, to cater to the various strata of the people. And along with that, we conduct today, as we have seen, that spiritual retreat for the benefit of the devotees, and at the same time value education for various strata of people like students, teachers, professionals, even IT professionals. Exclusively one such value education program we conducted in the month of January, and for teachers also we do conduct like that. So Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, started by Swami Vivekananda, has been doing that yeoman service. Not only that, whenever the calamity, natural calamities take place, we go and render the service through our Ramakrishna Shardashrama, Ponnampet, our center there. We did lot of relief work in the Kodagu district for the landslide affected people, later for COVID affected people also. So this is a part of our service as a way of life. So in this case, those were some of them approached us that they are interested to attend the UPSC exams. One such has been given accommodation in our KSR railway station. We have got a statue there. We have got a room. Last 2 years he has been attending. And also one of our devotee gave 90,000 rupees for him, just to fees that coaching center he has attended. So like that, we are rendering service in our own way. So here also today we are conducting this workshop exclusively for these UPSC and KPSC aspirants, those who want to appear for such examinations. How to give them proper guidance, we wanted somebody who knows the job, who has done this successfully in that attempt. So for that, Dr. Gopal Krishna sir has come in spite of his busy schedule. Probably today is the only work holiday for him. In spite of that, he has come on our request, so I am grateful to him. So I request him to conduct this program. After his talk, so there will be question answer session, so you can ask your own questions, what way you can be benefited by that.
Salutations to the Almighty. At the outset, I would thank uh, Bodhiswarup Swamiji for inviting me here, and also to my ACS sir, gave me this opportunity to come and interact with you and share few sense of my experience and my journey with UPSC. So, I will, as I was discussing. So let me start uh, by introducing myself and also share you the kind of journey I went through till now, and then I'll talk about UPSC. So that you can relate. So I am Dr. Gopal Krishna. So I am from Bangalore. Comes from, coming from a humble background. My father was a Group D employee in KMF. My mother, she is a homemaker. Had a brother. So and then we were together, and uh, b- again, so we didn't had any role model, or maybe uh, to follow somebody. So we were growing up, and then my schooling happened in Basveshwar Nagar, and after that, did my PUC from MESPU College Malleshwaram, then got a good rank in CET, joined Bangalore Medical College, and completed my graduation. So after that, I worked in several places. As I was mentioning, I worked in Kolar, I worked in Bangalore, Kerpuram, CHC, and then I was working as a tutor in ESA Medical College, Rajaji Nagar, in forensic medicine. So all the while, I did go to Delhi to prepare for 10 months. So there, I again, it was through a government sponsored program. So I wrote the backward class exam, where they sponsored the entire course fee, and also they used to give me this stipend, 8,000 rupees per month. So government has played a very big role. And see, in current days word, I would say, it is we who have to reach out. There are a lot of people to help you, and to support you. If your efforts are sincere, I think you'll definitely find a way. So, and governments are doing their best. A lot of people, lot of institutions like this, which are nudging people to take up better things in life. So it's all about us, basically. uh, so I could not clear it in my first attempt. I could not clear my mains, and then in my second attempt I missed the final list by 4 marks. And third attempt, I got into Indian Audit and Account Services. So UPSC, everyone thinks that if you clear UPSC, you will become IAS and IPS. There are 22 different services: IAS, IPS, IRS income tax, IRS customs, Indian Audit and Account Services, Indian Postal Service, Indian Trade Service, Delhi Administrative Services, Delhi Police Services, Indian Railway Traffic Service, Indian Railway Account Service, Indian Railway Personal Service. Like this, you have 22 different services. Okay. So depending upon your rank and depending upon your preference, you will get the service. So, so, uh, uh, so third attempt, I was in Indian Audit and Account Services. I was uh, getting training in Shimla. That is when the results came. So I had written my mains exam, and then went to Shimla to attend the training, and then after that I gave the interview Followed by that, when I was in the academy there in Shimla, I got the results. So, so then I was allotted Karnataka cadre. So again, see, getting into IAS is definitely your hard work. But again, when you do a hard work, probably they call, it is basically a gift or a tip for a hard work. Luck is nothing but a tip for hard work. So I got my home card. Again, there are a lot of things that should fall in place if you want to get your home card. IAS, becoming IAS, yes, that is one thing. And then getting home card is pure luck. ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ದೇವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. So I mean that is again decided by your rank, your category, vacancies, lot of things. So I am here now. So after that, I did my district training. After 1 year of training in Masuri, that is where we all get trained. Labasna. Labasna is Lal Bahadur Shastri, I mean, Academy of Administration. So there we get trained, and then we will be sent to the districts to do our district training. So district training is where we do all the posts, starting from group C level post till group A post. So these are all charges, basically 1 month, 2 month charges. So before becoming assistant commissioner, so you have to basically you are supposed to know what exactly village account officer does, what does revenue inspector does, and all. Similarly, in urban administration also you should know what exactly chief officer does before you becoming a commissioner. So all these posts are given to you. I mean, they give you a charge for 15 days, 1 month, and all. That is your district training for 1 year. I was trained in Kalburgi, Gulbarga, and then I did my phase 2. I was given AC ship in Dharwad. I was AC Dharwad 2020, and then followed by that, I was up, I was posted as Hubli Dharwad Corporation Commissioner. Hubli is the second largest city in the state, so I was given that responsibility. And then after that, I moved to Chikmagalur. I was posted as CEO Zilla Panchayat. And then uh, now I've been posted to deputy secretary in finance. In Karnataka we have this tradition, where two IAS officers are posted, and they are groomed in finance. So 2 years in expenditure and 2 years in budget. Okay, so 2 years. See, you can interrupt me, in case if you are having any doubts, if you want me to elaborate further on whatever I am speaking, you please interrupt me so that I can give you more clarification. So currently I am posted as Deputy Secretary Budget. So each one of these posts I'll elaborate at a later point of time. Coming back to the basics, sir asked me, Swamiji asked me to speak a little bit on value education, or maybe um, how this value education can fit into UPSC preparation and all. I just gave a thought, probably I'll put it this way. See, UPSC is a great leveler. This exam, it's a great leveler, and especially for people like us coming from humble backgrounds, and if you really want to, come out of those struggles, or maybe break out of those shackles, I think this is great opportunity. Great opportunity. So by becoming an officer, uh, probably your generation, or maybe 4 5 generations down the line, so whatever may be your financial status, or anything, caste, creed, etc., etc., you will get a good amount of you know respect in the society. So and and let me tell you, so we were 180 in the batch. Every year 180 people get selected as IAS in the country, every year. Okay, I'll give you the numbers later, but out of 180 in my batch, I could see the spectrum. I was a doctor. The people coming from science background, arts background, law. These are backgrounds. When it comes to financial status, one of my friend, like, he was working as a Narega worker. He is now into Indian Foreign Service as second secretary. So, and again, like, one of my batchmate was, she was a mother of two kids when she cleared the exam. She was one of the toppers. And so, sons and daughters of, farmer, politician, big businessman. So you can see the spectrum. People from all the walks of life, like, can see it there. And it's a great level playing field, I would say. So you must be knowing about the reputation of UPSC. So it's completely transparent. And the examination process itself, I would request, like, each of you, like, probably to just go back and see the syllabus once, and see the last 2 3 years question papers once. So basically, the three stages are designed in such a way, it will definitely help you, in shaping your personality. I have given 4 attempts. So each stage, for example, prelims, they can ask you anything under the sun. So it requires, uh, an extensive study of things, and, like, you need to grasp as much information as possible. So, and then we have mains. Again, like, you have to go in detail. They have designed the curriculum in such a way. There are papers like general studies, 4 papers, general studies, and then you have one essay paper, and then you are supposed to take up one optional where you are supposed to write 2 papers. So in optionals, basically, your in-depth knowledge about that particular optional subject will be tested. So for example, if any one of you have taken, what is your optional? Is optional is Kannada literature. So is in-depth knowledge about the subject will be tested there. So whereas in prelims, like, it is all about, like, knowing the information. That, the design itself is, like, at each stage it differs, and makes the comprehensive assessment of an individual. And finally, we have personality test. So after you clear your mains examination, prelims, mains, then you have interview. Interview, it's called as personality test. So you have to clear that also, and then only you will be in the final list. Okay. So, this is the pattern of the exam. Uh, I would like to say those who are preparing now. So probably you must be in the age limit of 22 to 28, right? Most of you. So these are the crucial years of your life. So again, coming from lower middle class, like, middle class families, parents will have a lot of hope. And sometimes, UPSC becomes a black hole where, like, you'll be writing the exam again and again, but you're not clearing the exam. And you'll be wasting, like, your precious years. Like, 22 to 28 is where, like, you're at the height of your, uh, so, so you'll be at the height of your, I would say, for, so where, like, the expectations are very high. Parents, like, I've gone through that. So basically, I know after first attempt, second attempt, like, even they will start doubting you. And they also feel that, like, why he is taking so much of, trouble. He has already become a doctor, like, let him go and practice. So why is taking too much tension, like, all this struggle. So if you're giving your, putting your efforts 100%, giving everything that you can, that is fine. And then if you're failing, that is fine, absolutely fine. But I see a lot of youngsters, especially our Chandra layout, Vijayanagar, it has become a hub where, like, people from across the country, they are coming, and, like, they're preparing. Most of the times I see, like, at least some 60 to 70% of them. Even when I was in Delhi also, I observed this. Like, the efforts are not 100%. UPSC, because though, see, if you see the syllabus and all, yes, it is very voluminous, it is very vast, extensive, and all, but it is not rocket science. mains paper, the name itself is general studies. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ you'll give it will be a decent attempt. Let me tell you that. But where the exam becomes so tough, why it is called one of the toughest exams, it is because of the competition. Here degree and all, like I've got distinction, I've got 90% and all. Here it is not so. Here, like you have to score like 0.1 marks more than him. That's it. This is a competitive exam. This is the beauty of competitive exam. So if you don't give your 100%, the guy, like the girl, like who is giving 100%, she will clear the exam. And again you are asked to repeat the entire cycle from the scratch. So if you don't clear the interview, and again immediately after 15 days or maybe 20 days you have the next prelims coming. See, I could not clear it in my first and second attempt. Like when I could not clear, you definitely get into depression. Like 10-15 days, like you'll be thinking like where did I go wrong? So and then like you are supposed to face the prelims in next 7 days. So only people who have gone through that pain know the severity of it. So you'll be wasting time. If you're not giving 100%, please don't take up this exam. One sincere attempt, yes, give your 100%. If you can work and probably write the exam, again it is up to you. See, a lot of questions around UPSC. Sir, should I read 15 hours? Sir, should I work and and then prepare for this exam? Sir, shall I study at home or shall I study at study circle or library? All these questions. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Let me tell you. See, how many hours, how much time I should study? The only answer is till the time you understand. Till the time you understand or read the syllabus, and you are able to reproduce that at that much time, even if it is 24 hours, you are supposed to do that. It's a competitive exam at the end of the day, right? So and then where do I study? Wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you can sit and grasp what it requires. So I think a sincere student or a candidate aspirant will not have these kind of questions. And let me tell you, if you have studied, if you have given one attempt, I think, and if you sit and introspect, you have all the answers. You don't require people like me. You know what exactly you are supposed to read, where you are lagging, okay, what exactly you should be doing in the next coming days to clear this exam. You know that. It's just that you're giving some excuses. You're telling, see, my neighbor, they always watch the TV till the midnight and their volume is so high, I cannot study. And then parents are always saying this, that and all, get married, all those things. No, see, these are all excuses. If you keep finding faults and excuses, I think you will not succeed. And again, that is one thing I have learned through this exam. So that's why I'm telling. See, UPSC preparation is designed in such a way. So I can challenge you. Probably, how many of you read newspaper? How many of you read newspaper? Please be frank. I was not reading till I started preparing for this exam. Now also I don't read it regularly. So those of you who are not reading the newspaper, read it for 3 days and see the change. You will get a word view, what is happening, how the society is, what sort of things are happening around you. Then you will appreciate the society and things around you and relate to it. Okay, so 6 months into the preparation, your close friends, when you meet them, when you probably talk to them, you feel so much disconnected with them. They'll be talking some nonsense with respect to some Iranian this thing and all those things. But you who have read the newspaper, who have gone into the detail, you know what exactly it is, right? I mean, any graduate, I strongly recommend one sincere attempt should be given. Yeah? So and UPSC is such a great leveler. Um, one exam, I have seen the difference. So one exam, wherever you go, whatever you do, people have high amount of hopes, and also they show huge respect to this post, even today, even today. So especially in North Karnataka where I work. So and the kind of uh, opportunities also that are given thrown to us is amazing. Uh, for an IAS officer, the spectrum is so vast that I get to work in revenue department, get to work in urban administration, and then now finance. I'm a doctor basically, working in finance now. It definitely keeps you on your toes, and for us, experience is the reward. Experience is the reward. I'm not boasting myself. So one thing, I'm really proud of is that if I interact with people, because that is our job. So especially as commissioner and AC and all, used to see more than 100 people per day. So if that knack has come, if I interact with anybody, for 30 seconds or 1 minute, I get to know why exactly he has come, what sort of a personality he is, right? So this is about UPSC. And first thing is that uh, crucial years, those who want to get into this preparation, uh, don't fool yourself and your parents. If you are preparing for this exam, give your 100%, right? These are the crucial years, so don't waste it. And what happens is that if you give half-hearted attempts, you don't know at the end of the year that should I write one more time, because you have not given your 100%. If you give your 100%, then you feel, okay, this is the mistake, probably I should rectify and give one more attempt. Or if your score is so low, you will decide, okay, this is not my cup of tea, right? So this is my first advice. So second thing, aim for something really high, you know mm, in Kannada we say, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಕಾಯಿಗೆ ಗುರಿ ಇಟ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದಾದ್ರೂ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. So I've seen a lot of people who prepare for this exam, because almost all the other competitive exams are also designed on similar lines. So you will be able to clear. So I've seen many of my friends, who are into again, KPSC is there, a lot of other competitive exams. The commonality is the general studies, and optionals again, it depends on the type of examination. So if you aim for this particular exam, uh, you'll be reading it in newspapers, no, one person, he has got appointment letters from 10 different departments, 10 different this thing. So even I was like that, I used to write, I cleared combined medical service also. Combined medical service again conducted by UPSC for doctors, in railway, railway hospitals and all, right? So I was into IRMS, Indian Railway Medical Service. Okay, so you should definitely have a backup. Should definitely have a backup, and I'm sure if we aim for I, and if you keep writing that exam, you'll land somewhere here at least. That is the minimum guarantee. But I'll give you one more guarantee. So even if you don't clear any of these competitive exams, take it from me, this enriching experience of UPSC preparation will definitely take you to greater heights in life. Even if you take up something else, I have my juniors who, after writing one or two attempts, they just prepared for post graduation in medicine. So they're doing pretty much, and they're handling things better compared to others. This much. This is my observation. Again, this is my observation. So sincere effort. Second thing is, you should aim for high, right? And then third thing I would say, time management. Time management. So where you are supposed to, I used to maintain a diary. So I used to write down, today what is my plan, and the satisfaction of completing the task, that you have jotted down in your diary, is something else. If you're not doing, please start doing it, and then you'll appreciate what I am saying, right? Yeah. So maintain a diary, manage your time. So there are people like who have cleared this exam in the ninth attempt, 9 years of preparation, and then there are people who clear it in their very first attempt at the age of 22. Okay, and there are people who clear it at 33, 34, and all. Okay, so it all depends upon how you manage your time and how you avoid mistakes. Otherwise, I told you, no, so anywhere like you falter, you again have to start from the scratch. So mains, I did not practice answer writing in my first attempt, so I could not clear my mains. And again, like second time also, like my mains answer writing was not up to the mark. I could not, even though I mean, went till the interview, like I could not make it to the final list. So don't make mistakes. You learn. So I had a uh, younger friend, like so basically, like you always used to hang out with us. So UPSC in Vijaynagar, we all prepared there. So we used the people who have given one or two attempts, more than one or two attempts, they're called veterans. So these guys, they come and like they just stick around you, and they'll be with you, and they are like we also don't consider them very seriously because we have already given this exam twice and all. So these guys come. So this fellow Dhyan Chandra, he is now Vijayawada Municipal Commissioner, Corporation Commissioner, and he cleared it in 2017. I belong to 2018. 2017, I was in audit. So we were all preparing together. So this fellow, he came and like he was preparing. We wrote the mains together and we gave mock interviews. While giving mock interviews, he came and just told me, Anna, I mean, I'm sure mains will score more than 800 this time. So 800, more than 800, total marks is 1750 in mains. Yeah. So more than 800 is like, hey, you'll be top 50, man. Tamasha marbada, don't joke, So I whatever he was saying, like, I never considered it seriously. Okay. And then the results come. So I saw my rank was 787, and then this fellow is 47. This fellow is 47 in his second attempt. So I asked him, "Hey, yeah, ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನೀನು? What exactly did you do?" ಅಣ್ಣ ನೀನೆಲ್ಲ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. So basically whatever mistakes you were doing, I ensured I'll not repeat them. So he said this to me, and he made me to prepare because after getting into audits, like I was a bit relaxed. He said, "Hey, you prepared for this exam to become IAS. Go give this attempt seriously." He told me this, right? So you have to manage your time. You have to avoid mistakes. Maintain a diary. Okay. So apart from this, I would say, uh, stop complaining, which I already told. Uh, so and study material. That is again like one thing, lot of air, and I need to give my sense of advice. So for example, if you ask me, like I will tell you the book list that I read. If you ask him, he will give you separate book list. That mistake, one of the mistakes I did in my first attempt is this, like I used to buy all these books, like put it there, and that pressure used to build, like seeing these books. So whichever book is comfortable for you, whichever standard textbook is comfortable for you, like please stick to one book. Stick to one book. So there is a famous saying by Bruce Lee. I don't fear a man. I don't fear a man who has practiced 10,000. I mean, 10,000 kicks single time. I fear a man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So it is all about practice. So it's all about practice. If you read the same standard textbook again and again, I am sure your eyes and brain, they'll not betray you. So basically, that pictorial memory will be there. So while writing in the mains exam, if you read the same book again and again, that pictorial memory will come, and like probably you'll be able to recall the answer. So this is that's it, I think. So probably, like once you start asking your questions, I'll be able to uh, give you more clarity. Parents, people who are preparing, And also, like, those who are doing their graduation, any question, please throw, and like, probably like, we'll make it more interactive, right? Thank you. Can sit now, Samaji? Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, sir. Sir, till now I given third attempt. Major obstacle is sometimes feel now CSAT is sometimes hurdle.
What is your order?
CSAT.
CSAT. Okay.
Sir. Last attempt I given in a second attempt that maybe come up to cutoff, but could not qualify prelims. This attempt paper is so difficult. I preparing mains along with them complete my class notes everything make own self notes, and I completed in optional Kannada literature paper on complete. I will writing mains test series in institute. I will get it 15 marks in 6.5 marks something. Mains writing is also very good, but sometimes prelims is some difficulties.
So in prelims, it is CSAT, or even paper one also is difficult
Paper
for you.
one is
Tricky.
quite good. Okay, no problem.
Okay, no problem.
Uh,
Okay. So let me tell you. So if you ask me, I consider I was really good in prelims. All four attempts I could clear prelims. So in my batch, like, from my batch onwards, like, paper two started becoming qualifying. So yes, I do agree. Prelims paper every year it is becoming tougher and tougher because the competition is so high. They have to make it tough. They have to make it tricky. Okay. So paper one, it's all about how much you have read, how much you have practiced. So if your foundations are right, NCRTs, previous year questions, and then good amount of mock tests, I think paper one will clear. But again, paper two, some of us take it very lightly, though it is a qualifying paper. I have a lot of friends who have lost a year because they have taken CSAT paper very lightly. And there is a cry that every year, like, UPSC is making it more tougher. CSAT, especially people coming from rural backgrounds and all, non-science backgrounds and all, they're finding it difficult. I do agree with that. See, comprehension is one thing, where should work on. If you, even if you get like 70% of the marks in comprehension is English passage and, like, questions followed by that. So you guys are preparing, you two are preparing, I'm asking you. So this, so in prelims we have two papers, right? Paper, you know that, right? So paper two CSAT, like, that's what he's asking. It's become tougher, and for a non-science background student, it is, yes. So what should you do?
Sir, I first year degree in BSc I did. Later I discontinued. Later completed in BA in
No, it's not about science background or non-science background, but what exactly you did, you're saying that, like, it is difficult, right?
humanities. No, sir, I will in that narration I will comprehension. I take it up to 25, 28 questions. I will correct it nearly 22 something, 23. What happened this year? Completely changed the strategy. 22 nearly 30 to 80, 28 questions they are given every year, but this year given 20 completely, but comprehension not up to last previous years. Completely they are given literary work something
So numerical based questions they have
numerically
increased.
XYZ, and comprehension they are given that type, and also foreign literacy, literary works related, something they are taken, they are
So
dumped
now,
here.
what is the alternative that you have?
The logical reasonings, some.
No. I'm asking. Yes, they have introduced all these things. They're making more tough, much more tougher. What is the alternative you have?
For
You
me.
have to prepare.
Yes, yes.
You have to practice more.
Uh,
Okay. So now that they're introducing these type of things, I'm sure like a lot of tuitions, lot of online material will be available for you. Please practice. Please focus more. This is your weak area.
yes, yes.
You give more time. You practice.
Okay.
You attend more mocks. I'm sure you will clear.
Okay. Insights IAS is very helpful for me. I starting preparation. I will make a self study itself. Later, I can join the with the behalf of Ramakrishna Bhatt. Some devoter is giving helpful. The coaching institute also writing mains. It will helpful. I mains answer writing also quite good. I write mains in Kannada itself.
Very
GS.
good. Okay. Yeah. So this is one thing I wanted to emphasize. So if you are not comfortable English, you can write the UPSC exam even in Kannada. There are people who have cleared this exam writing it in Kannada. No.
No, no, no,
Our
sir.
optional,
There
our
she is
optional was
given
Kannada.
written in English,
I
but
will tell you, Shivaram sir was there. He
Shivam
passed
sir,
away recently.
Gurudat Tegde sir,
Gurudat Hegde sir.
Lakshmani
He was
Murali.
my commission. He was deputy commissioner when I was corporation commissioner, Hubli Dharwad. So he is a state topper. Gurudat Hegde sir is a state topper. So he wrote the exams in Kannada.
Last 25, 24 batch, some medical doctor is Mahesh, is given Kannada itself. Completely 2 3 times is given in Kannada. He cleared last IPS, we get it.
Next year I want to see you in the
Okay.
finalists. Okay. So please, work on CSAT. Okay. Try to attend more, such questions. Take on a lot of variety because it's a surprise. CSAT is a surprise, and it will be trickier. It will be more tougher. Be prepared for that. You don't have an excuse. Now that you're given you have failed twice, you don't definitely don't have an excuse. So whatever it takes, please focus on that. Right? Next. You can ask actually. It's audible. Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Mohit. Sir, what was your optional in?
My optional was medical science.
Okay.
Not many people take medical science.
Yes.
So in fact, I suffered because of medical science.
Okay.
I should say that because medical science is so voluminous and so volatile, I would say. So the same thing used to happen even during my MBBS days. We used to cry literally. Hey, I mean, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯೋಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So it is very volatile. ಬೇಗ ಮರಿತೀರಿ medicine. Unless you practice, if you only read the pharmacology, yeah. So I took up medical science because like ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, I used to go till the last stage, interview. I could not change my optional also after my first attempt. So I always had that thing. But somehow every time my marks was like constant 270, 275 out of 500. So see again, I'll tell you two things I forgot. One is today, for those of you who don't know, we have one essay paper, 4 general studies paper. In 4 general studies, the 4th paper is on ethics. Okay, and then 2 papers on optional subject. Only one optional now. Previously, they were supposed to take 2 optional. When Ritesh sir and all wrote like it was 2 optional. From my batch onwards, it was 1 optional. 2013 onwards. So and finally interview 275 marks, right? So general studies, I feel more or less like you and me, like if we write like we get plus or minus 10 marks, right? The difference is not that huge. Whereas in essay and ethics, you see both the ends. So there are people who have scored 150, 160, 165 in essay out of 250. 55 also, the lower end in essay. So this one paper will make or mar your chances. Similarly, ethics also. Ethics, do you know which is the lengthiest paper if you ask me? General studies. It is ethics actually. Because I feel that they design it in such a way because while you're writing without thinking, maybe your personality also comes out on the paper. Ethics, your ethics will come out on the paper. Though it is not fully true, but to some extent, yes. So if you score good in these two papers, decent score in general studies, and a very good score in optional essay, these two can actually put you in the finalist or at least till the interview. So choose your optionals carefully. So this is again one question aspirants ask, sir, how should I choose my optionals? Sir, should I choose an optional based on how, I mean, and the marks in the last previous couple of years? ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಪಬ್ಬ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕನ್ನಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಬೇಡ. No, it doesn't work that way. See, I have studied medical science for 5 plus 4, almost 9 years. Trust me, if you are asked to read the same book again and again, it is not a pleasurable experience. So unless you have the interest in the subject, please don't take it. This trend keeps on changing. This year, because of the they do this rationalization. So sometimes people may get good marks in one optional and less in the other, but don't go by that. There will be a lot of rumors in Karol Bagh, Rajendra Nagar, Chandra Layout and all. Hey, ಈ ವರ್ಷ optionals ತೆಗಿತಾರಂತೆ, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ethics paper ಏನೋ ತೆಗಿತಾರಂತೆ, ಈ ವರ್ಷ lot of rumors. Don't pay any heed to those rumors. Prepare with good like-minded friends and discuss with them, because see, again, having a good set of friends is an asset. I mean, it's definitely boon, I would say, because see, you read something from Indian Express or from one textbook, I read something from Hindu, and then when we come and discuss with each other, I used to do ethics. My ethics preparation was purely based on discussions with my friends. So lexicon, we had this small book, got the definitions of all the terminologies, and then we used to discuss the case scenarios. ನೀನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ. So please, 3-4 good friends, please have a discussion with them. Whatever answer writing you do, please come out of the hall and 20 minutes you give for the discussion. Any 2 extra points, if your friend is telling, please jot down your answer sheet. He will also do the same thing. So this will help a lot, especially with respect to ethics. So optional, shortlist 2-3 optionals, go to library, take books from library, read 2-3 chapters in each of these textbooks, and then you decide based on your interest. So optional, choose it wisely. Yeah.
So being from a computer science engineering background, so do you think maths is a feasible option?
Again, so when I was telling things, so a lot of these kind of queries come. The answer is very simple. You go, you see the syllabus, you take textbooks, go through them. If you find it interesting, go ahead with that. But again, it takes time. It takes time. Whatever I'm telling. So you do this exercise 1 or 2 times, then you get more clarity.
Sir, one more, handwriting in mains. So for you, I think that's a.
I had a good handwriting, though I'm a doctor. I had a good handwriting. So it's very, very important. People may differ, people may debate with me, but I would say handwriting is very, very important. See, you are clearing the toughest exam in the country. Can't you improve your handwriting? I'll tell you, basic common sense, See, I think from the perspective of an examiner. This applies to all the exams, not only to UPSC. See, you put yourself in the seat of an examiner. ನೀವೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಪೇಪರ್. When will you give more marks? When you read the answer, and when then you appreciate yes, and then you give more marks. When will I read? If that handwriting is legible, readable, okay, neat, so I read. Okay, so presentation, handwriting. Let us assume you have 20 questions in general studies, right? 20, right? Because of your handwriting, you are losing half marks. 20 into half is how much? 10 marks. 10 marks in 4 papers, 40 marks. Do you know the difference between a top ranker and somebody in 500 rank in UPSC finalist?
20 marks.
Hardly 30-40 marks. And there are instances, for example, where my total marks 1150, his score is also 1150, but I am IAS, he is IPS. You may ask me, how, sir, how does this happen? There is so much of crowding. There is so much of crowding. Total score, there will be 10 people on the same score. And see the consequences. I am getting IAS, you are getting IPS, and that last guy, 10th guy, is getting some other service. These things have happened. Or for example, CADA, you will get Karnataka, and the 10th guy is getting Tripura. So each 0.1 marks is also matters in this exam. So handwriting, when it can give you at least 2-3 marks extra in each paper, 2-3 marks in each paper, it compounds to almost 15-20 marks, and 15-20 marks, huge. So improve your handwriting. There are ways, you'll find it in YouTube. Please improve your handwriting.
How's your interview experience?
Interview.
How was it? Like, did you do well on your first one, or
See, I attended 3 interviews. So first interview I got 143, second I got 165, third one 187 out of 275. So highest is usually 206. So again, don't worry too much on interview at this point of time. Once you clear mains, there are a lot of coaching institutes, like in an institute like this, where they'll arrange mock tests for you. Then I'll come. I'll take a mock. I keep taking mocks in Chennai. So till that time, don't worry on mocking. I mean the interview part. ಕೇಳಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ.
Yes, sir. So, the first question I wanted to ask you, sir, is like, since you have already made the jump from MBBS to civil services, what were your thoughts when you made the jump itself, and how is it compared to now that you are 7 years into the service?
Yeah. So he's my junior from college. So Vinant, right?
Yugandhar, sir.
Yugandhar. Yugandhar. So when I uh, took medical seat, no, my mother was not at all happy. She was actually, she was in tears. She was like, hey, ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ IT ಭೂಮಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಂತೆ ಅಂತ. So and I was planning to go and surrender the seat. So and then my friends who were trying for medicine, they called. You remember that coin phone was there? That 1 rupee coin thing was. So I used to talk to them after results and all. So they were like, "Ninge uchirdiya, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ರು BMC ಅಲ್ಲಿ seat sigala." So somehow BMC was I mean, uh, wherever you go, you deserve, you have that respect across the world. So if you are from BMC, okay, so fees and the exposure that we get, something you cannot compare with anybody, at least in Karnataka. So third year I decided. So actually now today I was attending this talk on spiritual retreat and all. So there was a small kid, he must be around 8-9 years old. he was reading Satyajit Ray's book. Okay, so some adventures on Professor Shonku or something. I mean, extraordinary. Basically, like the new age people, like they are much advanced, much ahead of us. We just blame them because of like I mean mobile and all those things. But the struggle, the competitiveness, and the hard work that they are doing is, again, compared to you and me, like your struggles are more compared to me. So I was actually clueless, like whether to take medicine or engineering. But by third year, I decided, like see, again, like parents, there are seniors here. So usually, this is my opinion again. So if you ask a child, what do you want to become? They are always attracted by the uniform. As a child, you and me, like we were attracted towards uniform. Soldier, conductor, driver, auto driver, or maybe police, lawyer. These are all uniforms. So and then after, like once you enter teenage and all, so I wanted to become a cricketer, to be frank with you, and also a performance artist. Like I was always good in dancing and like singing and all. So I thought, like I should become a performance artist. But then the reality kicks in, right? So, but again, if you introspect yourself, you will definitely come out with an answer. What sort of a profession you want? See, if you ask me my skill set and my intuition, my decision making and all, I felt that, like this UPSC IAS will give me a better platform. Okay, so that's how I was able to choose it. And once I chose it, in fact, I am the only person in my entire batch, this is for you, who did not take up any postgraduate exams. I didn't even apply for it. There was no plan B for me. I would have cleared UPSC, or maybe I would have taken up KPSC in case if I had not cleared UPSC, or I would have continued as a medical officer. There was no plan B for me. Yeah.
Can I ask a
Ah,
follow-up, sir?
please.
Sir, actually, now that I'm a house surgeon and I just recently took a decision of pursuing civil services. Like the time available is like very variable, right, sir? You will know better than me since you finished your internship. The like what should I prioritize during this 1 year of
It's up to
internship?
you.
Okay.
So it's up to you. Like if you want to chillax, like
Not like that, sir. Like
or if you
if you
really want
really
to
want to
prepare,
prepare,
if
yes,
you really want to prepare, so focus on prelims. Complete. I mean, start with your newspaper reading, NCRTs. See, strategies and all. Whenever you are feeling depressed, or maybe whenever you're feeling uh, low, or maybe whenever you want to uh, know much more than what I have discussed with you today, there are n number of articles, including mine in the website. Please go read the topper strategy. You will find it across the platforms. 2, 3 will definitely give you a boost. Today the preparation has been made so simple. So in probably, like my ACSR days and all, so they used to make notes, they used to go to the market and bring this magazines and all those things. During our time, this internet revolution started, like we used to all our preparations happened on ipad or laptop, right? Like online materials, like so earlier, like they used to go to the market, buy rice, samba, I mean the masala, everything, and then they used to come and cook. Today, like biryani is served hot. You just have to consume. So how much, and like how much you can digest, like is up to you. Madam, I think any thing related to uh, current work or maybe government also you can ask. I'll be informal. Yeah.
Doctor, thanks for the beautiful introduction. Very motivating. What I wanted to ask you is, see, basically you are a person from medicine. So now coming to administrative service, is it a loss for medicine and gain for administrative service or vice versa?
See, this is the question I have faced in all the mock interviews, my relatives, everybody. See, it is definitely not a loss. I'll tell you. I'm not justifying or substantiating. What is IAS basically? IAS people are generalists. They are not specialists. IAS people, they are not specialists. We are generalists. We are there for policy making. Yes, by taking up one optional during my preparation, I am expected to be an expert in that particular field. It is not because they want that expertise, because they want to inculcate that habit of going deep into the topic. That is the only objective of optionals. And uh, if you if you have only engineers in IAS, or if you have only people who have taken arts background from IAS in IAS, so you require people from all the backgrounds, right? Right? So now I can, now I will justify. See, during COVID, uh, I'm not boasting myself. I'm just giving you the answer. I was the nodal officer of KIMS Hubli. KIMS Hubli is one of the uh, you know uh, one of the highest bedded hospital in North Karnataka. It caters to almost 6-7 districts. KIMS has a distinction of putting highest number of vaccinations, COVID vaccination in a single facility in the country. It has the distinction of highest number of COVID patients treated in a single facility. Highest number of mucormycosis surgeries conducted in a single facility. You know mucormycosis, that black thing during COVID time, right? I mean, so when you have the expertise and when you get opportunities like this, definitely you can pitch in. Huh? Huh. Yeah, please. We have another 15 minutes.
Uh, Two things I completely agree with Doctor. One is about reading newspapers. It's not that I'm watching for him because I'm from the newspaper industry. Please buy a newspaper, read it. It gives you a lot of things. Of course, not that you should not go through the digital media, but as Sir told, newspaper it has its own flavor, and the advantage is wherever you are studying, please ask your institutional head to approach publishers. They are giving the newspapers at a very economical rate. Doctor, 2 days back, I was in a management college. So I asked them, they are buying about 60 copies of Economic Times. So I asked them how much they are paying for each paper. So I am paying about 8 rupees or something for Economic Times, whereas the student who gets the same paper, what I get, he is paying 1 rupee per paper. So please approach your institutional heads, and as Sir told, it has a lot of benefits.
And especially if you are aspiring to make your children to write any competitive exams, to good in their writing skills, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. If from that young age, I think if they read editorials in newspaper, Sampadaki anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. So if they read that thing, no, I mean, at that age, it it's always an advantage. It gives them that skill of writing. And UPSC, believe me, today it is all about writing. It's not about how much you read. It's about writing. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಓದಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ದಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್, 30% study, 70% writing practice, I would say. This is for you, those who are preparing. It is your time should be divided like this, especially when you're preparing for mains. 30% is for studying. All your study should have happened before prelims. During prelims and mains, 70% should be given to writing practice. Writing is a pain again. If I ask any one of you, Mohit, if I ask you to write down on a topic like probably a page or two, you'll find it difficult. You'll find it difficult. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಬೇಕು ಇಷ್ಟು ಹಿಂಸೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ anything like which is difficult, you break it into parts or pieces. Today you write 2 lines, tomorrow 3 lines, slowly you add on. That's how you do your writing practice. Ma'am. Yes ma'am. I cannot agree more with Madam. So she is completely correct. I'm absolutely right. Uh, you just go back. You will find all the toppers' answer sheets in Vision IAS, Insights IAS. Maybe they must have uploaded their answer sheets. You may, Mohit will ask me like sir, first of all my handwriting is not legible. Second thing, you are asking me to underline, and you have to you are asking me to put a flow chart, diagram, and all those things. Does it really require, sir? You are talking about some UPSC toughest exam kind and all, and you are telling me like in school like that like you need to underline and encircle and all those things. That is how it is. That is how it is. I told you fundamentals. These are the basics. Ultimately, the professors who sit, it's a laborious thing for them. You have to make their job easy. You have to make them read. How do you do it? You have to make it more, you know, I would say like more presentable. I would say it's all again 50% content, 50% presentation. Yeah.
One more question. This thing, sharing of thoughts. Uh, Today I got a validity from doctor. I always maintain a diary and I always maintain a things to do. So it is of really immense benefit. For example, this is what I prepared yesterday night. I have about 17 things to be attended, official plus personal also.
Yeah.
As you rightly said, the moment I complete one task and I put a tick on that, it gives a immense happiness. In this also, this RK Mat Alsuro is also written. So now it is completed, as sir told me, I'll put a tick and it gives a immense happiness. And my thought is
I
validated.
have made one more observation. So let me check like how much each one of them have taken down. I am sure he has written the most. So I was seeing him like he was noting down most of the items that we were discussing. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe it's government related, but I do work with the Elders Helpline also, sir, at the Commissioner's Office, National Medical Trust and Nightingale's Medical Trust.
Yes, ma'am.
So they connect with elders. ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯುಷ್ಮಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಸರ್, ಅದು ಅಪ್ರೂವೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಂತೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ.
Okay.
It's working in other states, but for every elderly person, that 5 lakh benefit that they give when they get admitted to the hospital, they say it's not activated in Karnataka. That's all, sir. And after that, I don't know where to communicate, whom to communicate, how to bring that to our elders.
Not really, ma'am. Ayushman Bharat cards we have distributed, like it's almost everywhere. I think please ask them to visit the nearest district health hospital or maybe taluka hospital.
Okay.
If he's from Bangalore, any corporation hospital,
Okay.
they'll definitely get it done.
Okay.
Yeah. So ABRK, we call it as Ayushman Bharat Arogya Karnataka. So ABRK card is everywhere.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ when they go get admitted ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ they are not getting cards are all there. ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
So what would have happened? I'm just assuming, okay. So ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ ಟು 5 lakhs ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so there may be some pending balances to that particular hospital. So it happens on a ಇದು reimbursement ಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಂದು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಇದೆ, ABRK ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಬಿಲ್ ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
ಹಾ.
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ರಿಯಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ. ಆ ರಿಯಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್. ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಈಗ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್. But again, like they cannot send back the patient also.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸೆಂಡ್
Something
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಕಾರ್ಡೇ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ.
accept ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ accept ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay,
ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್
ಸೊ ವಿ ವರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಗುರುದತ್ ಹೆಗಡೆ ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಗುರುದತ್ ಹೆಗಡೆ ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕಮಿಷನರ್. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ತಲುಪಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ಎಂಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವೊಂದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಎಂಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೂ ಅವ್ರ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಎಸ್ಕಲೇಟ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್. I'll do.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, myself, I am also a house surgeon actually in Ambedkar Medical College. So, what I wanted to ask is that whether immediately after MBBS or after PG I can give the attempt of this UPSC, and which would be more relevant, because I am already into the system of medical science, medical. So my thought is that let me become specialized in something, because I feel like I'm jack of all but master of none. So first, let me be useful in specializing, then I can give UPSC.
See, it is purely
Is
a
it like that?
personal call.
Okay.
It's purely a personal call.
Okay.
So I would say, see, if you are master of all, jack of none, then UPSC is the right choice.
Okay. Okay.
Generalist basically. Like,
Okay.
you are supposed to know everything, but not. You should not. I mean, expertise is decent. Expertise is enough.
Yeah.
But see again, like you maybe we will discuss separately, because
Okay.
again, see, there are a lot of. It is multifactorial. The question that you are asking, it is not unidimensional.
Okay.
So your family and your like current setup, and then like what guarantee that like after doing post graduation, like you may come back and things like that. So you decide. You please decide on this.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, last two questions. So we'll call it a day. Clear.
When you are serving in Hubli and Chikmagalur, in Hubli you said you are a corporation commissioner, but thus again it comes under audit and accounts or how?
See, what is audit and account? Basically, CAG ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ. CAG, So CAG, I'll explain. So CAG is they do audit of government expenditure. So government is spending 4 lakh crores. State government is spending 4 lakh crores. So they do the check of the quality of expenditure, where it is going, what they are doing, whether they are doing it rightly as per the predetermined approval by the legislature and all. So they do this for all the state governments. They do this for government of India also. So it's a very very I would say a prestigious service. So they will be stationed in capital cities. AG office is just behind Vidhan Soda, opposite to KPSC here in Karnataka. So they take all the, for example, from me, like from finance, they take all the data, they do the auditing. Any observations, any CAG observations, it's a very serious, any audit observation, it's a very serious thing. So we attend it immediately. They find out the faults, they find out the mistakes of how the government is probably some misrepresentation, or maybe some spurious superfluous expenditure. They point out. For example, tender has happened, work has started, work has stopped in the middle. So they'll find out that you have invested 10 crores on that work, but it is of no use. So the concerned officials should be taken to task. So whatever observations they give, we have a lot of committees in Vidhan Soda headed by MLAs and headed by MLAs. It's a very, for offices we are afraid of that meeting, committee meeting. So any faults, it will be reviewed by the MLAs, and MLAs they take it very very aggressively. AG office people will be there, concerned officers will be there, they are supposed to come and give the explanation why this has gone wrong, what action you have taken on the erring official. No politician can interfere with their job. Whose job? CAG's job. Indian Audit and Account Service. No public interaction. The pension settlements, the auditing of the government expenditure is done by their office.
What I wanted to know is,
Ah.
see now Hubli Commission,
Ah.
Commissioner, you are again in finance and accounts, or is it general administration?
See, Hubli is urban administration. I was corporation commissioner there. The entire urban administration, basically BBMP kind of a commissioner. All these basic utilities, property tax, illegal construction, demolitions, all those things we used to do there in Hubli. AC is, see, the first posting will be AC or subdivisional magistrate as it is called in North India. So AC is all your revenue. So revenue land, you will be dealing with revenue land, you will be dealing with election work, and then a little bit lot of court cases. So each role is different basically. Finance. So I'll just complete by telling my current role in finance department. So last 2 years I was in expenditure side. So you budget speech, CM reads budget speech. The drafting and all is my responsibility when I was in expenditure. The budget speech basically. And now budget side is basically my post designation. I mean my designation full name is Deputy Secretary, Budget and Resources. Resources, basically resources. What are the resources to our state government? Taxes, right? Commercial tax, GST, excise, stamps and registrations, mining, and some other non-tax revenues. Okay, so this also we review. And then budget. Budget is we do the budget for the next year in in the month of March. So after that, anything beyond budget announcement, anything beyond budgetary announcement, files will come to me. Then I have a secretary, and then additional chief secretaries are. So it goes through that. And our minister is Honorable CM. So any post creation in the state, the files will come through. So any post creation. Why? Because I need to know the financial implication. Any vehicle procurement, any vehicle for any officer. So again, it goes through the budget section. Okay. So any borrowing. So we do borrow, right? Salam madidare anta ella kade barattalla. So we do our borrowing. And at the same time, when I have excess cash balance is when I get excess of tax money, I'll be sitting on it, that money. What do I do? We do invest in treasury bills. So this borrowing, investment, it is all my role. So huh. See, you can definitely expect some 5 to 10% bouncers or out of the syllabus questions. So stick to the syllabus. That you cannot help. Like 5 to 10% you cannot help. So just see the last 10 last previous 10 years papers and you prepare accordingly. Enough. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Sunday afternoon. I've seen it in the hospital. So Sunday, 3:30, 4 o'clock. I think maximum deaths because of negligence or maybe due to not attending will happen in this time. So Sunday afternoon, everybody will be relaxing. So people are here. I don't know how much impact this interaction will have. but I am sure this will definitely have, you know, some implications probably in the future. Any one of your uh, kids, or maybe any one of you, or maybe all of you, if you clear, I'll be very, really really happy. So how many of you watch football ನೋಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ? So why I am telling, tomorrow morning we have the finals, Mohit, right? So who are the finalists? Yeah, Argentina and Spain, right? So who is the star in Argentina? Who is the star in Spain? Yamal, right? Lamin Yamal. So this is a photo of Messi and Yamal. Messi giving bath to Yamal. Can you see this? Is it real? Is it real? How many of you think that this is not real? So show it to you. So Yamal is from Spain. Messi is, giving him a bath. Huh. Is it real? So most of us, we don't think it is real, because how come, one player is is looking like a baby and is giving a bath to him, right? This is, all of us think that this is AI generated. No, but this is real. This is real. This picture, it was a promotional video. It was taken in 2007. Nobody knew that, Lamal will be playing against Messi today, and it is happening today. So similarly, I'm not, comparing myself with Messi or I mean, Yamal here. Whatever interaction that we had may help you, or, any of your relatives in the future. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much. Yes.
Now I request Revered Swami Sarvalokananji Maharaj to give his benedictory address. Revered Maharaj, as you know, has come all the way from Delhi. All these your IPS, IAS are decided by Delhi. So Maharaj is sitting there in Delhi. He has come on our request to Halsur Mat to give a talk here. So now, since this special program is suddenly arranged, when we requested, he has agreed. So now I request him to give a benedictory address for this session.
I was not supposed to speak in this session, but yesterday night Maharaj requested me, when you have come all the way from Delhi to Alsaru to speak in the spiritual retreat held in the morning. Then, all right, I agreed, and now I am here to speak to you. UPSC in North India, particularly, young boys and girls, they are very much crazy. I mean, the craze for this UPSC. Everybody wants to become IAS officer, Indian Administrative Service, IRS, IPS, so many branches are there. It's good to become administrative officer. But one thing you have to remember, that under no circumstances you should compromise with truth. Just I was hearing, he was talking, how it is very difficult to work with the corrupt people around you. Frankly speaking, the ministers, the MLAs and others, it's very difficult. I personally know many administrative officers. They come and say, Swamiji, how to work with them. At every step you have to compromise with truth. They will come to you and they will ask you to do some wrong things. You remember long back, most corrupt state, and he was the chief secretary, Bengali. He's our devotee. When I was in Bombay, he came to me and Swamiji, how to work with this? No, I asked, how you are working with most corrupted chief minister? Then, Swamiji passed through somebody, that corrupted chief minister, requested me to this thing or that thing or some wrong things. 2-3 times I refused. No, I am not going to do all sorts of things. And when the chief minister or other minister was convinced that I am the honest chief secretary, I will not do anything wrong, then afterward they left that chief minister, chief secretary. All right, they could understand that this person is not going to compromise with truth. So then he worked very freely and retired also. So when they will come to know that you are not going to take anything or do anything wrong, whatever may be the pressure, and I think at most what they can do, the corrupt people, the minister and MLAs, they can transfer it to some other place. I don't know whether already he has been transferred or not. Because if he is honest IAS officer, then simply he will transfer this much. And they will put in such a place, wrong, what is called remote areas. It's a punishment. for the IAS officer for not doing anything wrong. So whatever it may be, you have to be very honest. And the development of the country, state, depends on you. How much power you have, the IAS officer have. Everything, we all planning, designing, payment, this, that, everything is the hand of IAS officer. DM, in North India it is called DM, district magistrate. This area I think called deputy commissioner or collector, something like that. How much power? All payments, crores of rupees, through him only, or her only. So one thing you must know, if you want to become good administrative officer, three things you have to practice. That is, number one is honesty, transparency. Second is accountability. And third is credibility. Three things you have to practice if you want to become successful, good administrative officer. And without these three things, you can't govern. There will be no good governance. In India, whether it's center or state, there is no good governance. Why? Because the administrative officers are not honest, accountable. So that is why you must practice three things. That is honesty, transparency, accountability, and credibility. Very difficult to work with that, particularly in present scenario. So much of pressure, so much of temptation, this, that. You have to check the temptation is very difficult. Crores of rupees are being paid through you. The contractors are coming, MLAs are coming, requesting you, pressurizing you to pass the bill, this, that. Under these circumstances, situation, it's very difficult to be honest and transparent. The temptation is very difficult to check. So, dear friends, there is no dearth of professionals, the doctor, engineer, administrative officer. But what I say always, there is a dearth of ideal doctor, engineer, IAS officer, advocate, ideal. And country needs, society needs these ideal people. Otherwise, India will not rise. You are shouting that because of Bharat, this, that. India cannot rise. So that way Swami Vivekananda is to tell time and again, morning also I was telling, that you want to develop your country, your society, then first you have to become man of character. Without character, you cannot take the country forward and forward. And whatever untoward incident we see, taking bribe, rampant corruption at all levels, because there is a dearth of man of character and integrity. I am lecturing and talking to you, but it is very difficult, no doubt about it. And you have taken the challenge. Nobody asked you to become IAS officer. You yourself has come forward. You want to become good administrative officer. So you have to be very honest. There's no other way. So, and you see, this truth, compromising truth is very easy. But stick to truth is very difficult. Very difficult. You may lose job. So many things may happen, untoward incident may take place in your life. But no other way. You have taken the oath. I don't know, administrative officer is here. I think oath taking ceremony will be there for them also. have taken oath. I know at least about the doctors. They took oath. How they will treat the patient. They will not do any kind of malpractice. So this much you have to do. This much you have to do. Lot of expectation from you. Because those who know what is the function of the administrative officers, great responsibility. Great responsibility. And she was telling that whether she is late or not, I know personally many IAS officers after completing post-graduation in medicine and pediatric, then they become IAS officer. Many are there. He'll be able to tell you. Many. Yes, sometimes it happens that it takes long time to become IAS. And frankly speaking, it's very tough. There is no doubt about it. And some may not succeed also in the long run. But don't become what is called frustrated. Don't lose your heart that you could not become IAS officer. Why don't you think that there are many other options are there by which you can serve the country? It is a wrong idea that only IAS officer can serve the country and society. There are many options, many options nowadays, at least I can tell you. So if we cannot become IAS, then frustration, and frustration leads to, you know very well what happens. So you're pursuing, you're trying your best. And know one thing, it is very difficult to pass IAS examination. But really, if you're sincere, really you do effort, and your sincerity, your effort will be rewarded in the long run. In the long run. Just I am telling you, one incident recently happened. Now I'm in Bombay, I'm in Delhi, Ramakrishna Mission as head. A devotee used to come to me. He was good officer in the corporate office. Then he was very sincere. He never thought of a promotion, this, that, politics, never. Just he used to do his duty. So after a long time, he came to meet me and told me, Swamiji, I would like to give you good news. What is the good news? I have become the vice president of the company. But frankly speaking, he was telling Swamiji, I never thought of any promotion, or never I thought of become, what is called, become the vice president of the company. What I have done, I have very sincerely served my company, that's all. If sincerity is there, effort is there, if you are honest, if you are accountable, in long run, in future, you will be rewarded. Yes, I know there are some politics, this, that, people will pull you down, all sorts of things are there. But history says that if you are sincere, honest, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded. So that is why I am telling you pursue, and Maharaj has arranged for this coaching, and all the way he is coming. He is very busy person. You can imagine. Now in district level or collector, secretary, Karnataka. Yes, I know how busy they are, because we go to the many secretariat, go to the ministers for grant. I have seen how they are busy. Deputy secretary, joint secretary, additional secretary, they are all IAS officers. How I know how busy they are. But one thing I would like to request you, if you become IAS officer, your ego should not be flattened. Don't mind, he's sitting by my side. I have gone to many, I have met many IAS officers. Most of them are very good, well behaved, humbled. But there are some, oh, they don't care. Even they do not know the minimum courtesy. People who are meeting with IAS officers, the minimum courtesy, yes, sit down. I'm telling you one incident. I was telling my monastic brothers in Delhi. Day before yesterday, I went to meet Joint Secretary, Government of India, Cultural Ministry, for some grant because we are going to celebrate 150th anniversary of our Delhi Ashrama. So that gentleman was so humble, so courteous. When he entered, he stood up. I'm talking that he should, because I am monk representing Ramakrishna Mission, that is, he stood up. Not that I do not expect that everybody will stand up and receive me. Not that. Even sitting, how can I say, please take your seat? Or northern India say chai pani, kuch pani lenge, chai lenge. It's a common thing. And way he talked to me, way he helped me, marvelous. I was so much impressed. And I was just telling about my monastic brothers there in Delhi. So dear friends, don't lose your heart. Don't get frustrated that how we'll work with the topic was going on, just I was listening. That is very difficult to work with this corrupted. And nowadays, every level there is a corruption. My God. Well, any government. Anyway, I should not say all sorts of things, politics. But whatever is, it will be there. Always it will be there. Whether this government or that government, corruption will be there. And they will just give you pressure to do this, do the wrong thing. It will be there. Sometimes corruption is less, sometimes corruption is more. But it will be there, always. And accordingly, you have to act. Accordingly, you have to act. And you are the future of our country. I see those who are pursuing this course, IAS, you are the future of our country. The development of the country depends on you. Good governance. So thank you very much, and I pray to Holy Mother, Ma Sarda, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and Swami Vivekananda, that in the long run, you will succeed. You will succeed. And you will pass the examination with flying colors. So with these words, I am telling you, be a good professional, good IAS officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your showering blessings with your wide experience. Now, I would like to ask one or two persons to share your thoughts. Mohit, you can come and tell. Mohit, come here. Mohit is one of the aspirants about this workshop.
So, very good afternoon to all of you. So, yeah, like Sir said, it's 4 o'clock. It's almost 4 o'clock right now. Everybody is here to talk to Sir to get his, I mean, to hear his experiences of how he's become an IAS officer, what he's done to get here, what he's doing right now. So I thank you all, and I thank Sir. A big thanks to come here, Sir. It's a real honor to listen to what you have done, to listen to your experiences, to see your honesty, sir. Sir, the first time I entered, I didn't know you were an IAS officer. The humility that you were sitting and explaining to everybody. So that's a huge thing that I really respect, sir. So actually, before I didn't have any idea of civil services before when I was pursuing engineering. But in when I was doing, I was doing my internship, I felt like, okay, it was too stale. I was not getting, I didn't feel like I'm contributing anywhere. So then an idea of civil services came where, okay, I felt like I could leave a legacy somewhere in India. Somewhere I could leave a legacy. I could do something good for them, or I could implement some policy, anything. So that's how civil services came into my mind. So, but then one idea that everybody gave was, since you've been studying in CS for so long, why don't you pursue in that? So I was actually a bit confused between pursuing AI or doing civil services. But after speaking to sir, there was a good clarification on what I need to do now. So thank you, sir, on such a good speech. I learned a lot, and yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Hi, I still aspirant. I whatever mistakes committed in last 3 years, I through sir talk I will get it some clarity and ideas. What is these mistakes? I will come through my next clearance exam. I will clear the exam next it, whatever it may be. I will thankful to Ramakrishna Ashram and Swamiji also make so much help for me, my education, everything. I come from rural background in village itself. I prepare and studying in Vivekananda Memorial statue in Majestic itself. It is thankful to everyone.
So now, let him do that. Vote of thanks. So now I would like to, I request Revered Swami Sarvalokanjimas to honor Dr. Gopal Krishna, IAS officer.
Hello, everybody. Very good evening, sir. It was our pleasure to hear from you, so to know your background, from where you came, and the way you conquered this exam, I should say. So, and then your experience so far, being in the service. So it's a honor, it's a privilege to know you, sir. And just a quick recap for all the aspirants. So what sir mentioned was, have faith in yourself, put in a lot of effort. The second one is aim high. The third one is manage time well. Yeah, if you can manage your time well, and then one way to do that is maintain a daily. That's what sir gave us a tip. So you should manage your time well. You should be able to crack this exam. Yeah, and the one last but not the least thing. So may have minimal resources for this exam, as sir was mentioning. So trying to collect a lot of books, you'll become a book collector rather than a district collector, right? So keep your resources minimum, put in that required effort, and this is not this is not rocket science. You can definitely conquer with some discipline. Yeah. So thank you so very much, sir. Yeah. And Maharaj, thank you so very much. See, these kind of opportunities we get only at Ramakrishna Ashram. So it's not just spiritual growth, even for our personal advancement, there are a lot of opportunities. So, and Adhyaksha Maharaj is here from Delhi. Maharaj, I had the privilege of staying in Delhi Ashram for 4 months. So when yes, Maharaj, when Shantatmananda Ji Maharaj was there, So from since those days, I've been associated with Ramakrishna Ashram, and this will continue forever. Yeah, right. So thank you all for your patient listening. Yeah, thank you.
So, then whatever we do in our ashramas, we offer it at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. Even Bhagavan Sri Krishna also says, Karmanya vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Here also, this attitude helps us that attachment and detachment should go together. So here we are offering at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. So they shall say Jaikara with that, we'll wind up. Jai Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Dev ki Jai. Jai Shri Sharada Mai ki Jai. Jai Srimad Swami Vivekananda Maharaj Ji ki Jai. Can have tea in the dining hall and then we can proceed.